Recently, there was some really sad news about LeBron James. A sports analyst named Kendrick Perkins, who talks about basketball on ESPN, said something important. He asked LeBron James, who is one of the best basketball players ever, to take the retirement from basketball.
I hate to say it, but I believe this in my soul right now. I wish LeBron James will retire. Not because I don't want to see more of LeBron James, not because I don't appreciate LeBron James. The more LeBron James continue to play the game of basketball, the more it's going to hurt his legacy.
Perkins thinks that if LeBron keeps playing and doesn't do well, it might hurt his reputation as one of the greatest players in NBA history. Perkins said, "I really don't want to say this, but I feel strongly about it. I hope LeBron James decides to stop playing." The Los Angeles Lakers are having a tough time right now. They lost to the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs for the second year straight, and because of that, their head coach, Darvin Ham, got fired. Some people are talking about LeBron James maybe retiring, but it's not very likely to happen just yet. Kendrick Perkins, a big fan of LeBron James, sadly expressed his wish for LeBron to retire. He believes that continuing to play might damage LeBron's legacy and his argument for being the greatest of all time. Perkins thinks that every year LeBron plays, there's pressure for him to win a championship, and if he doesn't, people will question him. Despite this, LeBron James has been a dominant force in the NBA for an impressive 21 seasons, averaging 25.7 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 8.3 assists. Last season, he even broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record, becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer, and there's no sign of him stopping anytime soon. However, his former teammate turned NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins has shared a heartfelt opinion. Perkins believes that it might be time for the King to consider retirement sooner rather than later. He worries that continuing to play for the struggling Los Angeles Lakers could potentially harm LeBron's legacy instead of adding to its brilliance as he nears the end of his illustrious career. The Lakers' roller coaster ride since their 2020 NBA triumph has left fans on edge. Despite LeBron James' leadership, they stumbled in the playoffs, bowing out early in 2021 and suffering successive defeats at the hands of the Denver Nuggets. Now, with the abrupt departure of coach Darvin Ham, the team's trajectory seems even more uncertain. Kendrick Perkins, once LeBron's teammate and now a prominent NBA voice, offers a cautionary tale. He advises LeBron to avoid getting entangled in the Lakers' current precarious state. As speculation swirls and tension mounts, the basketball world waits with bated breath to see what move the legendary LeBron James will make next. After their disappointing performance against the Nuggets, the Lakers wasted no time in shaking things up. They parted ways with coach Darvin Ham and his entire coaching staff, including the esteemed assistant Phil Handy. Now, all eyes turn to the roster, where changes are imminent. Point guard D'Angelo Russell's departure seems increasingly likely, adding to the uncertainty surrounding the team. With these developments, the storied franchise finds itself grappling with numerous unanswered questions, particularly concerning its supporting cast. Kendrick Perkins, never one to mince words, pointed out LeBron James' subtle hints during the trade deadline. He emphasized LeBron's desire for reinforcements, particularly mentioning his preference for DeJounte Murray over the retained Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell. Perkins underlined the importance of defensive prowess on the perimeter, especially in the competitive Western Conference. As the Lakers navigate this turbulent period, fans eagerly await how they'll address these pressing issues and position themselves for future success. Despite the evident shortcomings in the Lakers roster, they soldiered on throughout the season. However, when the dust settled, it was coach Darvin Ham who bore the weight of criticism, a burden that Kendrick Perkins deems unjust considering the circumstances he faced. Perkins raises a poignant question: did Darvin Ham extract the maximum potential from his available resources? He argues that given the limitations of the roster, Ham was left with little choice but to lean heavily on players like D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves, particularly for their ability to provide much-needed floor spacing. In a team lacking depth and versatility, Ham's utilization of these players may have been more out of necessity than preference. Thus, Perkins suggests that perhaps the blame should be spread more evenly across the organization rather than solely placed on the shoulders of the coaching staff. Despite having valuable assets like all-star Anthony Davis and promising guard Austin Reeves, it's evident that the Lakers lack the firepower needed to reclaim their elite status in the fiercely competitive Western Conference. Recognizing this reality, Kendrick Perkins has urged LeBron James to reflect on his illustrious career and contemplate retiring from professional basketball. Perkins' advice stems from a desire to see LeBron preserve his legacy and avoid further tarnishing his reputation by persisting in a challenging environment. While LeBron's impact on the game is undeniable, Perkins suggests that the current state of the Lakers may not provide the ideal platform for him to continue cementing his legacy. As uncertainty looms over the team's future, Perkins advocates for LeBron to carefully weigh his options and consider the possibility of gracefully stepping away from the game while still at the peak of his prowess. At the end of the day, man, I hate to say it, but I believe this in my soul right now. I wish LeBron James would retire. Not because I don't want to see more of LeBron James, not because I don't appreciate LeBron James, but I honestly believe deep down inside, the more LeBron James continues to play the game of basketball, the more it's going to hurt his legacy, and the more it's going to continue to hurt his GOAT argument, Perkins stated. The retired big man emphasized that the Ohio native has already achieved everything there is to accomplish in the NBA. However, he cautioned that if LeBron continues playing, the weight of expectations for greatness will only grow heavier, potentially surpassing what he can consistently deliver in the twilight of his career. As long as he sets foot on that floor every single season, there's going to be expectations of him winning a championship. And when he doesn't do that, we're going to be looking at him and saying, well, what happened now? Perk shared. As the Lakers gear up for the upcoming season, likely with LeBron James back in the fold, Perkins poses a crucial question: if they fail to reach the finals or even the Western Conference Finals, who will shoulder the blame then? It's a dilemma that highlights the pressure cooker environment surrounding the Lakers and the high expectations that come with donning the purple and gold. Perkins' conflicted sentiments underscore the precarious position the franchise finds itself in as they navigate the choppy waters of change and expectation. Perkins isn't alone in suggesting retirement for LeBron. Hall of Famer Charles Barkley has also weighed in, urging the four-time MVP to consider hanging up his sneakers before he reaches a point of decline. I hope he retires while he can still play, Barkley remarked, drawing on examples like Michael Jordan's stint with the Wizards and Patrick Ewing's time with the Magic as cautionary tales. Barkley's sentiment echoes Perkins, emphasizing the importance of leaving the game on a high note rather than prolonging one's career to the detriment of their legacy. Despite these calls for retirement, LeBron shows no signs of slowing down, as evidenced by his impressive statistics from the recent season. With averages of 25.7 points, 8.3 assists, and 7.3 rebounds per game, LeBron continues to prove his prowess on the court. However, he remains mindful of the inevitable conclusion of his playing days, aspiring to exit the NBA on his own terms when the time comes.